My name is Kota Harshita. The main idea of this project is to build a website where users can publish their articles and share their knowledge with others. The title of the project is Article Avenue Share Your Knowledge. Other users can read these articles and comment on them as well if they want. So the main features of the project are that it consists of sign up login options, and there's a button to create a new blog, and the blogs written by other users previously are also displayed in the home page. When we click on a blog, it navigates us to the blog detail page where full blog can be read, and also viewers can comment on the blogs if they want to. And users can also search for some specific tags. For example, if a user searches for web development, all blogs related to it should be displayed to him. So I will show the demo of the project. So this is the home page of the website. We have sign in login options here and start writing button here. This is the search bar to search for blogs that we want. These are the previously published blogs, and we also implemented pagination here. First, let us register a user and see. Email and password and register. So now we have to log in with the same mail and password. Now we can see a small welcome message here. It says get started Sneha. And now let us publish an article. So here I can write an article based on travel or technical information or anything. Also to Shimla, and we have to give a tag for it and some description and say submit. Now the article is published. So here, for example, if we want to read any article, so this is the author of the article, this is the title, and this is the date that on which the article is published. I'll say read article. Here we can read the full article, and in comment section we can post as many comments as we want and say post. So now there's one comment. There's also an option to hide comments or show comments. It's our wish. And comments can also be deleted. I'll say delete and yes. So now we have no comments again. So this is comments, and pagination is implemented. See, like if I can say next. Yeah, this is the article that we just published. Trip to Shimla. So also there's search feature. Like if I want to search for articles related to web development, I can okay. It says search. So we got both of these. It says Django and React. So likewise you can search, and then all the front end part with mock backend server was implemented previously. Now we are using we replace the mock server with MongoDB server, and the form data is stored in Redux state using actions and reducers. When user clicks on blog title in homepage, the ID of the blog is sent through the URL to the appropriate API, and we are retrieving the blog. Like if I say read article, this is the ID of the blog. So and also comment section is implemented, and then MongoDB is used for the backend server, and appropriate REST APIs are used to send and receive data from backend. And so a Swagger is implemented for developing and describing these RESTful APIs that we created, and appropriate middlewares like Multer and Morgan were used. And we used Mongoose as a ODM library for MongoDB. So for mid-evaluation, we didn't use JWT token for user authentication. So now we created it and stored user ID and email in the token, and then we saved the token. So uh, here we can see, yeah, here we are creating the JWT token using JWT.sign, and we're putting these variables in it, and then we are saving the token.
And also we were not encrypting the password, and instead we were storing the password directly in the database. So now we encrypted the password by storing it with bcrypt.hash. So here we can see it says bcrypt.hash of password comma 10. 10 is the number of rounds of salt. So here the password is getting encrypted. And in the login API, when we want to compare the typed password with the original encrypted password, we use the function bcrypt.compare. So this, and also previously we were using MongoDB localhost. Now we connected it with MongoDB Atlas, and we also Dockerized the application. Uh, so there are two Docker files now. This is the Docker file for the backend side, server side. This is the working directory, and before copying anything, it is compulsory to copy package.json first, and then we're running npm install, and then we're copying all of the files. Here we have to expose the port number for the backend, that is 9002, and exactly similar way we have one more Docker file for front end, and here instead we are exposing 3000. Now to combine both these Docker files, we have docker compose.yml. Here, there's nothing but we are writing services for server and client. So we can see, and the driver for app network that we're using is Bridge. Like this will bridge between the Docker files of both front end and back end. And we also deployed our application on Heroku. So we can see blogs Heroku deploy Heroku app. So we can, this website is running. We can log in and then proceed towards writing some papers or posts.
We also perform unit testing for some major functionalities in the website. Here we can see like I performed unit testing for three different functions. This is to fetch the blocks. It will give the result 200 if all the blocks are fetched, and this is to post a blog. Here we are sending some title, tag, description, and author to the API, and we will expect 200 status if it is done. And this test is for register functionalities. Here we are giving name, email, and password to register, and similarly we are expecting 200 code if it is successful. So if we run here npm run test. So we used Mocha for writing these unit tests. Here we can see 3 out of 3 test cases passed. So here, uh, yeah, hit the fetch blocks, post blog, and register user. 3 of them are successful. So, and my name is Kota Harshita. My individual contributions in the project are unit testing. We don't test for retrieving blogs, posted blogs, and for register functionality. I also work for Dockerization of the application and also for deploying it in Heroku. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Myself, Sheetal. I have contributed for unit testing using Mocha and Supertest. Unit test functions are written for some main get and post requests. I have also worked for authentication using JWT token. The token will expire after 2 hours of duration.
Good morning, sir. I'm Talagani Abhigya. I worked for deploying the application to Heroku. I also worked on JWT tokens and password encryption. We're trying to store the user ID and email ID in the token, and then the token is saved.
Good morning, sir. I'm Abhigna Chaudhary. I worked on deploying the application and also on Dockerization. Docker enables developers to package applications into containers. We wrote 2 Docker files, one each in client and server, and a Docker Compose file to combine them.
I'm Nagasai Sujana. I work for deploying the application to Heroku and for changing MongoDB from local to cloud. I created a cluster in Atlas to store the records. I also work for password encryptions using bcrypt.hash.